Hey folks, Tears of the Kingdom is so close to being released. I've said it so many times, way too many times probably, but I am absolutely buzzing to play this game. I've got my Iron Brew supply topped up and all the snacks you can imagine in mind, and I am going to sit in my room and not leave for a week straight. Huh. It smells funny in here. Anyway, this game looks amazing. From the gameplay demonstration and previews to the epic trailers. Much like Breath of the Wild, I cannot wait to be able to freely explore and just run off to all the sites that have intrigued me thus far, and probably hundreds more I discover along the way. It is much like Breath of the Wild, but better. Yeah, I said it, and stand by it. This game will make Breath of the Wild feel like a tech demo, and I hate that I feel that way currently as Breath of the Wild doesn't deserve that. But we will have to wait and see. Anyway, whilst thinking about all of that, a massive realization and question hit me. With this game looking so amazing, going off just a small percentage of the full game, could Tears of the Kingdom take over my favourite video game of all time, Twilight Princess? Another Zelda game. If you've watched even just a few of my videos or are a long-time viewer, you'll probably know that I am obsessed with The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I have for years felt that nothing will ever top it, but I actually feel confident that Tears of the Kingdom can. So my big question for the game is, can it overtake Twilight Princess as my favourite game of all time? Let's have a little chat about that. Be sure to go and grab yourself a snack or drink and send them in to get featured right here. And let's get into this one. A good place to start here would be by asking what made Twilight Princess so good for me. Why is it my favourite game of all time? Yeah, not just Zelda games, but video games. Well, the first part of that is the timing I played it, which obviously cannot be beat here, as when I first played Twilight Princess, it was a very different specific time. It was the first game I played where I guess I was at an age to properly understand the game. Previously, when I'd played games such as Ocarina of Time, The Minish Cap, A Link to the Past, and so on, I was still too young to really get the story. I mean, I understood that Ganondorf is the bad guy, Link is the good guy, Zelda's stranded, we have to save the day. But I never got everything else that came with that. However, by the time that I first played Twilight Princess, I really got it. I felt a connection with the characters, the emotions felt familiar and relatable. Experiencing that for the first time is an unbeatable experience, mostly due to the time in which it happened. However, there are aspects that are beatable. For example, some of my favourite things about the game are its darker tones and themes throughout the adventure. It's so much more mature than other Zelda games, and my younger self loved this. I was a bit of a Call of Duty, FIFA and GTA kind of teenager growing up, and playing a more mature and gritty Zelda game really connected with me at that time. Yeah, I was a total edgelord wannabe and thought these looks really worked for me. Yeah. Anyway, the aesthetics and themes were really big for me. The art style in particular is stunning and holds up incredibly well to this day. But the biggest thing of all, for me personally, is that this game has proper fishing. Okay, nah, that's not the real serious reason, but I'd be lying if I didn't say it's a significant enough part of it for me. I love fishing. Okay. Anyway, the biggest thing of all for me is that Twilight Princess did the newly established format that Ocarina of Time set down, but better. Much better. Now, of course, that is a personal opinion, but that is what matters here. This is my experience, and for this video, my question. I think Twilight Princess did what Ocarina of Time did, but 10 times better and amplified. Now, why does that sound similar to another situation? Well, that's because it appears Tears of the Kingdom is going to do exactly that, but with Breath of the Wild. This is probably the biggest reason that I believe Tears of the Kingdom is in with a very good chance of overtaking Twilight Princess for me. And that's just going off the little info we know about the game. Breath of the Wild is one of the best video game experiences of all time. That won't change. However, the fact that it was so good and special, but yet this sequel looks like it will be doing all of that again but amplified extremely, it just feels like it could actually be my new favourite game. There are also the darker tones it's taking on. Obviously the art style isn't as realistic, but Twilight Princess is the most realistic looking game, so it'd be a bit odd if you asked me to aim for more than that. I really like this mix of a cartoon and realistic style. The developers have also openly said that the game will be darker, and that is also evident with Ganondorf and his shenanigans in this game. I'll be very honest here. If it wasn't for Breath of the Wild's lack of what I consider to be Zelda dungeons, then I could have seen that game overtaking Twilight Princess already. The not so active story is also something I don't like too much, but I could see past that due to everything else in the game. It is simply just amazing. It's a truly, and I really mean this, it is a truly magical experience. Especially on your first ever playthrough. Tears of the Kingdom is doing everything it did, but amplified extremely, adding a lot more new content to it and having an active and dark story. The key components are there for it to possibly be my new favourite game, and I can admit there is probably part of me caught up in the hype, and yeah, that definitely is a part of why I feel this way. We will see, and when I do know, I will probably come back to this topic and make a follow-up video to this. Much like how Ocarina of Time started 3D Zelda, and I feel personally Twilight Princess perfected it, Breath of the Wild started open world 3D Zelda, and I feel that Tears of the Kingdom will perfect it. Or at least improve it massively. Only time will tell. Thank you very much for listening to me talk about Zelda. It is truly an honour that so many of you enjoy hearing what I have to say, especially with such a personal topic like this. I'm interested to hear your thoughts too. Do you think that Tears of the Kingdom is likely to, or definitely will, overtake your favourite either Zelda game or video game? Let me know, and I'll see you lovely folks down there. Drop a wee like down below if you enjoyed, by the way. And if you're feeling extra awesome today, then subscribe to the channel. Every time you do, you make a wild Zelda fan called Adam smile. See? A massive shout out goes to all of my channel supporters as you help to make these videos possible week in, week out, all month long, 365 days a year. If you'd like to join them and get yourself a shout out upon joining, a cool badge next to your name in my comments sections, access to exclusive channel emotes if you join via YouTube, as well as your name at the end of every video, then consider supporting via the links below. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day or night, and until the next time, I've been Hyrule Gamer.